In today's video, I'm finally going to organize my cards in the correct order in my binder and open a booster box to try to pull the rare 900 Race Mewtwo card. After that, I'm going to a Pokemon card shop here in my city to make several trades and try to get new cards from the Team Rocket set to complete the Master set. It took a while, but it's finally time to put all the cards from the Destined Rivals collection into my Destined Rivals binder. I still want to make a change here in this binder. I mentioned to you guys about putting an R here for Team Rocket, and I'm still gonna do it. I just need to buy the materials, but I will get it done. I was supposed to have done this earlier, but I ended up getting a bit busy. But now, finally, we're actually going to do it. The good thing is that I've pretty much already organized all the cards from the Destined Rivals collection in order. So now it's just about putting them in the binder, and to be completely honest with you, this is honestly my absolute favorite part of the whole process. So let's start by putting the regular pins here and the reverse pins here into the binder. In case you don't know or don't remember, in this collection I'm going to try to complete the master set, which means getting all the cards, both the regular and the reverse one. By the way, while I was putting the cards in the binder, I almost made a big mistake. Here's the thing, I was about to do something wrong. This one is card number 18, this one is 17, and this one is number 15. I skipped 16, it's with these that we mess up. Then later when you notice, you have to organize all the cards all over again. So 15, 16, and here is 17. Now it's correct, just as it should be. After that comes 18, 19, 20, 21, and finally 22. I even know exactly which card is missing here. Look, it's Olive Pokemon. I've picked up this card a lot. I'm absolutely sure that probably you who's watching this video now who does master sets in the correct order, or if you have a collection that goes from the original 151 Pokemon onwards, have already made a mistake with the card when putting it in the binder. Only those who have been through this know the disappointment of realizing you put the card in the wrong place. If you catch it at the beginning, then it's okay, but the real pain is when, for example, you've put about 150 cards in the binder and realize that card number 20 is in the wrong spot. Then you have to take out all of the other cards that you put in the binder and leave a space, man, right? That's the biggest pain for anyone who puts cards in a binder. Our worst nightmare. I managed to put all the cards I had set aside here in the corner. Some are missing, obviously. For example, these two here, I have no idea which cards are supposed to go here. And of course, I still need to put in the EX cards that I haven't added yet. Another thing, I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you, but I'm going to try to complete the master set for this collection. Besides completing all the numbered cards in the collection, there's also the master set, which is where you collect every version of each card. For example, here we have the reverse polygon and the common polygon. In other words, I need to get all the reverse and non-reverse versions of the cards. That way it gets harder, right? It becomes a more challenging task. But for this one at least, I'm going to try. With the others, I don't think two didn't try, but for Rivals Destined, I'm going to try to complete the master set. The problem here is that I got myself into a bit of a mess because I had some reverse cards, but not the common ones. For example, I have Scrag here, which I have in reverse, but I don't have the regular one. I just can't forget, because otherwise I'll think I have it, but I actually don't. Before we start taking the rare cards we've already pulled and putting them in the binder, I have this other stack of cards that I still need to sort and put in the binder. This is going to be more work for me, right? Let's see if I can finish this not too late. It's now 4:25 in the morning. Let's see what time I'll finish putting everything away. By the way, even with the increased speed I managed, it still took me about 30 minutes to carefully sort all of the cards by their colors. The smallest pile I separated here was the metal Pokémon. That's when there are dragon Pokemon. You don't have dragon Pokemon. I think there are dragon Pokemon in this collection, aren't there? I don't think so, since I didn't pick up any dragons. But anyway, the smallest pile, the biggest one for sure, was the Team Rocket Pokemon. Look at this pile here. That's it. I've sorted everything, and now that I've separated them by type, I'll separate the foils from the reverse foils. Anyway, after sorting all the cards and putting them in the binder, it was almost 6 in the morning, and instead of the rooster crowing, it felt like Jigglypuff was the one singing, because I started to get really sleepy. And to be honest, I couldn't take it anymore and had to go full Snorlaxin, in other words, I had to take a nap. And when I woke up, it felt like someone had really upset Articuno because it was freezing cold. But let's pick up where we left off. All the common, reverse, and foil cards I had from that huge pile of cards we had I've already put into the binder. So now all that's left is to take the rare cards and put them in the binder. Arboliva EX, Rabisca EX, number 31, Moltres, and on a water type page, 65, Setitan 66, Dondozo 81, Mewtwo 101, Regirock 104, Garchomp 119, Nidoking Crobat 122, Maboskiv 139, and Persia 150. Alright, so in this case we've just put in the EX cards that I have. Obviously there are still some missing that I need to get, but the ones I actually have are all already here in the binder. And now comes the part where I finally put in the secret arts, full arts, and rare illustrations. So 183 Yama, 184, 185, Here, Charmin, This one goes next to Charmin. 186, 187, 188, 189 Rapidash here. Next page. 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 197, 198, 199, 201, 202, 203, Kangaskhan, 204, 213, Mewtwo, Nidoking, 216, 218, Persia, 219, 220, 222, Nidoking, 223, Ethan's golden card, 139. By the way, this golden card from Ethan here was the card I got during the live stream we did for the channel's member giveaway, where I do booster box raffles, and the last card I have, 244, is Lemvincia. In other words, all the rare cards I have, or had, I've already put them all in here. Here's the Golden Ho, Secret Nidoking, and here are the other full art cards, and that's it, man. We almost have a full page here already, but this part is still pretty empty. We're still missing a lot of things here, right? But today we're still gonna get more rare cards in two ways. The first option will be trading, and the second will be opening a box, because, well, who remembers the case of 4 booster boxes of Predestined Rivals that I bought? Yes, I still have 2 booster boxes left to open. In the last video I opened 2 with M's, but there are still 2 left. And I kept it here safe for us to open. Look at this, Predestined Rivals. By the way, I also bought a little combo pack of Prismatic Evolutions that I showed on my Instagram. By the way, if you haven't seen it and don't follow me there, go follow me. I bought it, but man, I'm so scared to open it that I haven't, so it's just sitting here. Then there's a 151 box that Kitty sent us, so when we make the 151 collection video, it's right here all set up. But anyway, let's open this box here and see if we can pull some good cards. If we get any rare cards that we don't have yet, they'll go into our binder. If we pull any that we already have, we'll use them to trade soon over at Keddy's, since there will be a trading session. We'll use them to trade at Keddy's store. Let's go, let's open it up and see what we get. So I started opening the booster box of 36 Predestined Rivals boosters, sorted them out, and let's see if we pull any new cards to add to our collection binder. And while opening the boosters, this happened. Calm down, let's see. Does it have texture? Oh no, is it an illustration? No, there's an illustration of Meow. It's so beautiful, I keep thinking, wow, do I really want to trade it that much? But you have to do it, you have to put it up for trade, so let's leave Master Giovanni here in the corner. It really could have been a secret Mewtwo. Wow! Oh, one of Cynthia's Garcom, that would help me a lot. On that day, I'll be honest with you guys, I really felt like I was going to be lucky enough to pull exactly what I wanted. Which, as you can probably guess, are the secret art cards. It could have been a rare Moltres card, for example. That wasn't exactly the one I wanted, but okay, let's just leave it over there in the corner. This time, it took a little longer to pull the rare card. I had to open a lot of boosters until finally. Giovanni from Team Rocket, man. Look at TH, there's one we didn't have yet. Out of these 3 that came, now finally we got Giovanni, which was a card we didn't have. That one's definitely going straight into our binder. I hope I get more cards I don't have, man. I think Arceus misheard what I said, because what actually came was a regular Arboliva yet. Not Arboliva! This Pokemon always shows up, man. It's haunting me. But it's not haunting me as much as Dondozo, because I have 4 Dondozo. But at least the next rare card we pulled didn't disappoint. Oh. Haldun from Team Rocket. It's not a secret rare, but it's a rare illustration that I didn't have, which will also be great to put in my binder. I think there's still more to come. I think there's more to come, at least one more. After opening the last boosters from the box, the last rare we pulled was Steven's Metagross. I didn't have that one either. It's a card I was missing that I really wanted. Metagross to put in the binder. Nice. Okay, I think nothing else is coming. We've already pulled 7 cards. You see, I'm gonna go a bit faster now. Let's see. I don't think anything else is coming. If we get 8, that would be crazy, man. Let me go through these real quick to check nothing. Second to last booster, nothing either. And now the last one. And in fact, nothing came. I wasn't going to open my other booster box, but I got so excited that I'm going to grab it and open it now. Who knows, maybe in this booster box I kept sealed there's a Mewtwo that's worth over 900 Riez. If I manage to pull it, our mission to complete this collection will get a lot easier. I think that now in this booster box here, I'm going to pull a Cynthia, or a Ho-Oh, or a secret Moltres, or maybe even a Mewtwo. And Ethan would be cool too. I think I'm gonna pull a secret rare right now. Trust what I'm saying, I can feel it, I can feel it. If it happens, you have to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I feel like it's gonna happen. I know we started off well because in the first pack we pulled the 5 real Electivire, and after opening a few more boosters, we got a card that a lot of TCG players were interested in. Crobat EX from Team Rocket, we already had this one, but it's great for trading since players will really want this card. I know that this card we pulled is playable. This full art Regirock worth 10 Riez I'm unsure about, even less so the Sea Titan, worth 4 Riez 80. But let's stop talking so much about playable cards and start talking about cards with beautiful illustrations, like this Team Rocket Mukro worth 22 Riez and 80 cents. And our next rare card was Yanmega, yeah, we didn't have it before, but I was really hoping the rate. I was hoping we'd get a full art or maybe even another illustration, but Yanmega, okay? We didn't have it before, but now we do, finally! We have 6 now! Do you think we'll get 7 soon? Only a few boosters left, we're on the 6th. I don't think it's coming now, wanna bet? And it seems like the feeling I had about pulling a secret card wasn't very real. Yeah, today wasn't the day I got a secret art. But let's go ahead and put these cards in our binder. Let's register Yanmega, Electivire, my Meta Grosnat Stevens Howdon from Team Rocket, and the Bird Murkrow. Look how crazy, it seems like they're looking at each other, right? She's looking out the window and he seems to be looking up, as if he's looking at her. That's wild. Full art Regirock and Giovanni from Team Rocket successfully registered. According to the count, my binder is 69% complete, so there are still a few more percentages left for us to finish. Let's go to CAD. And hopefully we'll be able to make at least a few card trades. When I got to the store, it was empty. But that's because I arrived really early to start organizing the reverse and foil cards I was missing. I told Ingles my goal was to complete the master set, and he helped with a huge box of common and reverse foil cards from Rivals Predestined. You might think he'd just give me everything I was missing, but no, I had to search the pile myself, and here I was, thinking I was a VIP. After searching for what I was missing, I realized I was missing almost everything, and this was how many cards needed to be added to my binder. So I went back to English, but he gave me news that surprised me. I did everything wrong. I was supposed to take the cards and register them online, but I never remember my login or password. The people here are super nice and did the process for me. I'm starting to think I really am a VIP here. Out of nowhere, a channel subscriber showed up and I spent time chatting with him and his dad, then suddenly a thumbs up. Leave a like now so you don't forget at the end. After a few minutes registering all the cards, the English guy handed them to me, and now I can put these cards in the binder and get closer to completing the Predestined Rivals collection. But we still have a lot of work ahead of us. A few minutes later, Jonathan, who has already appeared several times here on the channel, showed me an antenna card. It's not a TV antenna or even a Saint Seiya antenna, but instead, it's actually the Team Rocket antenna, as well as the Team Rocket Montrous Both cards with very rare illustrations. And you know what's the funniest part about all of this? He's not even building a Rivals collection and had cards way more interesting than mine. Arceus, it's not fair! He made me a really cool offer to buy those cards from him, but I prefer either to pull them from boosters or get them through trades. But if I can't get them in any of those ways, then I'll have to buy them. I just hope Jonathan doesn't get rid of them. What if I can't get them, right? A little later, I came across another binder that also had cards I needed, a Lapras and a secret Crobat. And this binder belonged to this guy, Edinaldo, who, by the way, for those who don't know, he's a member here on the channel. He's already won 2 giveaways, man, a really lucky guy. And as I mentioned, I arrived early, but after a few hours, Cat's store started to fill up with people looking to trade Pokemon cards and others who also played the TCG. With the store being crowded, I met this kid who, just like me, is also working on completing the Team Rocket collection. But this guy and his son had more than just common cards. In case you don't remember, they were the first people to help me with the challenge of getting the 5 Gengars to earn the Ceruledge card, and today, once again, they're going to help me with this mission to complete the Team Rocket collection. But before that, while I was looking through their binders, I noticed the rare Ceruledge card, which is my favorite Pokemon, and when I least expected it, Leo gave me that card as a gift. So I asked him to sign it so I would always remember this moment and this wonderful present. But I won't thank him just yet, because right after that they kept helping me in so many different ways. Like, they gave me their trade binder so I could take all the cards I needed from this collection to put in my own binder, and after picking everything out, these were all the cards I needed. So I also handed my binder to his son so he could take a look, and unfortunately I didn't have that many interesting cards, but his son chose just 2 cards from my binder. However, with the value of those 2 cards he picked, I wouldn't be able to get all all the cards I had selected. But then Leo's dad was cool and asked to look at my binder to see if he wanted anything. While looking through my binder, he thought it funny I had a whole page just for Dondozo. I'm obsessed with that Pokemon. If anyone else likes Dondozo, send me a message on Instagram so we can trade. I have plenty to spare. After all the negotiating, we made the trade for this Pokemon, so after the trade I put all the new cards in the binder, getting closer and closer to completing it. Then this kid, who's also a subscriber to the channel, came over wanting to trade, but unfortunately he didn't have any cards I needed. This binder was a bit empty before, but now, thanks to a few trades, we've managed to fill it up a bit. Soon we'll have our first completed page in the collection. After updating the cards in our binder, I now have 80% of it complete with the reverses and other reverses. There are still a few reverses left to add here, but the main ones missing are the secret odd cards. Still, 80% of the binder is complete. And once again, Leo and his dad helped me out with this other issue. Together, we started checking which reverse foil cards I still needed to put in my binder. Man, this guy's got it all. Since we're going for the master set, I really need to be like Red from Pokemon Catch, absolutely everything and everyone. Or was it Ash who actually said that? Thanks to their help, I got even closer to reaching this goal, so once again, a big thank you to Leo and his dad, not just for the wonderful gift, but for all the help and support you both gave me in this video. Remember that boy who wanted to make a trade with me? He came back! And this time with a card I actually needed a full art Dondozo that I didn't have yet. The Dondozos I own are just the regular ones. So, he took a look through my binder and we traded for this Cramorant. Trade completed successfully, and that's another card officially added to our binder. Right after that, this kid asked what else I needed to help complete my collection. So I started showing him some of the cards I was missing. Out of nowhere, he started writing things down. And a few minutes later, he showed up with one of the cards I needed, a full art Electivire. I handed him my binder to look through, and we traded for these two cards. Thanks for the trade, little buddy, and that's another card added to our collection. To be honest, I thought my trades were done at that point, until I noticed a really interesting shiny Sharkadet card. That's the pre-evolution of Ceruledge, which is my favorite Pokemon, and this card belonged to the same kid who had traded a full art Dondozo with us. But now he was a bit busy trading with someone else. When I least expected it, Cynthia and her Garchomp showed up. Maybe you don't remember, but I met her at the RobCom event and together we opened a booster box. I really didn't expect to see them here. On top of that, I also didn't expect to see that golden Bellibolt card we got at the event. She was showing me her collection of cute Pokemon, as well as her collection she's working on of all 125 existing Pokemon. I thought the idea was really cool, maybe one day I'll take on that same challenge too. Back to the shiny Sharkadet card, I checked if it was NM and thankfully it was. That subscriber came over again to look through my binder to see what he could get, and he ended up with an Electrike illustration and a full art Sinistia. Thanks for the trade, buddy! And our journey to complete the Paldean Fates collection continues in the next episode. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out these next videos if you haven't seen them yet. I think you'll enjoy them. We're in this together, see you!